What's up, good people? Prog rockers, fans of American amplifiers, this one's for you. This is for the Synergy Preamp system, Synergy Modular Preamp system. This is the 2CP module. P stands for plus. You know what this thing is. Guys like John Petrucci have used the amp that this was based on for years in their rigs, both when recording and playing live, to get their iconic, shredding, awesome guitar sounds. And this gives you all the stuff from the original amps. You can dial in the tones really accurately. You even got the 5-band graphic EQ in there with the switch that lets you switch it in or take it out or put it into auto mode so it only comes on when you go to the lead channel. Because of course this is a 2-channel preamp, just like all the Synergy modules. It gives you 2 channels. This one's got the clean sound from the original amplifier as well as the lead gain sound on a separate channel. So let's talk about the controls here for a second. I used both channels on that song at the beginning of the video. This video is mainly focused on the gain sounds, but I did use the clean sound on the obvious clean part on that song. It was a really nice American clean, kind of very, you know, Fender-esque. I would say. And so the controls for the clean channel are volume 1 down here. Then you've got a bright switch, I should say, 2-position. A shift switch that kind of shifts up the, I guess sort of the mid-range response. And then you got an EQ here that's shared between both channels. So treble, middle, bass, and presence. Interestingly, they give you a presence control, even though presence is technically sort of part of a power amp circuit. And if you've got one of the Synergy power amps, you're gonna have a presence on there. But I guess they wanted to give you all the controls from the original amp, so they give you this presence control as well, so that you can dial that in. And in practice, it's pretty subtle, but I had it dialed in around, maybe around kind of 10 o'clock for most of this video. Then once again, you can make the graphic EQ active on channel 1 if you want to. I didn't do that. I actually had it on just in the auto mode, so it was switching when I went to the lead channel for my gain sounds. That EQ would come into play. Then you got a master here for channel 1. Okay, then the channel 2 or lead gain controls, you get a lead drive control here, that's like the gain. Then you got a lead bright, lead shift, that switches up once again the mid-range frequency. It sounded great in both positions. The aforementioned 4-band EQ that works on both channels. And then we get to the EQ, which is really, I find, like super important for dialing in both the original version, you know, what this is based on, as well as this module. That EQ is just crucial, and you're going to hear that in a little bit, how powerful it is when I switch it in and out, and then when I manipulate those 5 bands, especially that middle band. That 750 band, just like on the original amps, is so powerful and really lets you shape the whole overall tone of the module. So what I want to do now is solo some of those parts from the song at the beginning of the video outside of the mix so that you can hear the tones that I dialed in clearly for the rhythm guitar, the clean guitars on channel 1, the lead sounds, and then I'm also going to play a classic Dream Theater riff through the module and loop it using my TC Ditto looper. That'll free up my hands so I can manipulate the EQ and all the different controls, and you can see what they all do. For this video, I'm running the preamp into the Synergy power amp and then going out into my Sur reactive load, loading it down, taking a line out into my interface, and in Wall of Sound, which is a 2 notes program, I'm using a V30 in a 212 cabinet sim that sounds just great for these sounds. It's, you know, just nice and kind of dry and cutting, and has that great sound that seems to pair really well with this preamp module. I'm sure it would sound great like with greenbacks and different speakers too, but V30 seemed like the right way to go. And last thing I'll say is that once you kind of find your settings on this module, it's the kind of thing that I bet you'll dial in your tone and then just kind of set and forget. It's the, you know, once you get that EQ, it's a little touchy, just like it was on the original amp. It's not a criticism, it just is, because it's so powerful. So you'll dial it in, probably find your sound, and then it's a set and forget kind of thing, where you've got your great lead sound, your really cool, straight up American kind of clean sound, and there you have it. Thanks for watching my video on the 2CP module from the folks at Synergy. Just captures the original amp, sounds really great, I think. It wasn't an amp that I ever owned. I had lots of Mesa amps over the years though, Rectifier, 50 caliber that had the graphic EQ in it. One of their studio preamps that also had the graphics. So I had stuff that was kind of like the 2C, I mean loosely based I guess with the EQ and everything. And this is really, really reminiscent of those amps, and my memory of them anyway. You can check it out further at the link down there in the video description below. Click there, it'll take you to all the info about the 2CP module. And if you haven't, please hit subscribe. Hit the little bell beside the subscribe as well, and you will get an alert when I put out a new video. I am Pete Thorn. Take care, you guys. See ya. Need a nap now.